Hello, welcome to my channel. For those who don't know who I am, which probably everyone doesn't, my name is Isaac. I'm here to talk about RuPaul's Drag Race Season 12 and why Sherry Pie probably was going to win this season originally. So, one thing I want to point out is there's two users on YouTube that I want to shout out first. I can't really pronounce his name, but I'm going to put it down there. He did this video originally. I wasn't inspired by him, but I am going to shout him out because of the fact that he did this video first. And then uckeylee because of the fact that I'm going to use some of his theory about how they choose the winner for this video and other things. So first things first I'm going to say is three things. If you do not want any spoilers for season 12, please click off. I'm sorry, this video is not for you. I'm going to be talking about spoilers heavily without any type of thing. Number two, if you do not like hearing Sherry Pie's name, I'm going to say Sherry Pie all through this video. So if that makes you feel uncomfortable, I understand. So sorry about that. And number three, I don't dislike any winner of Drag Race. These are kind of my opinion, and yes, maybe have a little bit of favoritism, but I'm sorry, it just comes out natural. So first thing I want to talk about is this theory that I believe, which uckeylee is the one who actually made this theory. He made the theory that they choose kind of like an opposite queen out of the top who represents the kind of the opposite of what the other queen before them that was crowned is. So I want to go down the list to kind of prove this theory. And then, that was the list that fell. Yikes. So BB, her aesthetic is based off of her culture, as we know. And I would say that she kind of represents, like, not club kid, but like the club girl, like the girl who lip syncs in the club and she comes to do her gig and then she leaves. That's pretty much how I kind of felt like she represented, like very much that type of girl at the time. And Tyra would be her opposite because Tyra is the opposite, kind of like that club aspect of drag. To me, would be very much pageant. And she is very much pageant queen, like Miss Gay USA, polished, very classic polished pageant drag. Raja, the opposite of kind of like a classic polished pageant drag, besides going the way Club Kid for BB, would be Raja's kind of like fashion, pushing edges and pushing limits to what drag fashion could be at the time. Hence the word at the time. And then she didn't really have, like, you know, quirkness to her drag. She wasn't very, she was very much a look queen. To me, a look queen. Sharon is the opposite of that. She's not a look. She's alternative. Her look is alternative, all the way alternative. And she has a very good. Her personality is very much kind of dark, kind of more of a performance kind of era and towards performance. And so kind of the opposite of that, I would say, would be Jinx, which is like a comedy queen. And she's very much with like theater, kind of more on the theater side, more theatrical, more, which theatrical kind of things, you know, they don't like, to me, if you're kind of like a theater queen, you don't really look towards being 100% polished all the time or making sure that you, like, you know. And the opposite of that would be Bianca, who is very much a polished camp queen, with very much, you know, she's not known for her fashion. She's known for her personality. She's known for her humor, and she's known for what she can do, which is the opposite of Violet, who's really known for her fashion. You know, she's known for looking good on the runway, walking down the runway, slaying it every day. And she's not really known for being funny or humorous or an acting kind of queen, which goes to Bob, who's really known for her personality and known for her being funny and known for her being very much so a personality instead of her fashion. She's not really known as her fashion, you know. Many people say that out of all of the winners, her and Jinx are kind of on the lower end of fashion in Bianca. I don't fully agree. So she's very much personality, and she's not very about concepts, you know. She gets concepts. Let me say this. She gets concepts, but her drag is not about concepts. Her drag is about her personality, which is the opposite of Sasha, whose drag is very much conceptual, very much about the message of her drag and how all of her drag, she likes to do messages, like smoke and mirrors. I would love to see a smoke and mirror show. It's very much about messages that she tries to put through her drag, and we love her. Aquaria is kind of the opposite of that, you know. Her drag isn't about the message. Her drag is for her. She's doing it pretty much, I would say she is the club kid, the new classic drag. Because the meaning of me saying new classic is Aquaria, I can say very much so, is what the standard new type of drag queen would kind of try to be, you know. Very much about fashion, but still can perform. Kind of funny, but it's like, you know. And so the opposite of new classic would be Evie, which is new alternative. She's not like, because alternative can mean several different things in drag, you know. You can have the like horror type of drag, which I would say Sharon was back then, and then like Dragula very much so is. Evie, I wouldn't say is like a horror type of alternative. I say she's more like a alternative camp in a way. Like she does very much like she'll get the weirdest thing and put it into her drag, which is really good. So what's the opposite of the new alternative way? To me, the opposite of the new alternative drag would either be like a pageant queen again, like very much a new pageant queen, a fashion kind of person who's focused on trying to look like a woman, or, which really is the opposite to me, camp. New camp. The camp. Because if you notice, Evie's alternative thing is kind of, they compared her very much, a lot of the Drag Race fans compared her to Sharon. And who came after Sharon? The kind of the theatrical camp kind of queen, Jinx. On this season, for me, that queen is Sherry Pie. No one else to me gives me classic, what I say classic camp, or the new way of camp, in a way of like camp but kind of twisted. I think that's Sherry Pie. So that was my first reason that I think Sherry Pie was supposed to win this season. Number 2 is I'm going to go with edit and rumors. And so this is when the spoilers come in. I'm going to start talking about the top 4, who was supposed to be top 4 and who's top 4 now. And I'm going to talk about the statement as well. So rumor has it, first of all, the top 4 is, if you still watched this video and you watched it and you ignored my spoilers claim, too bad for you. I'm just going to jump into it. The top 4 is was supposed to be Sherry Pie, Jackie Cox, oof, that's going to be a problem, Gigi Good, and Jada Essence Hall, which I was, at first, before this all came out, happy about that top 4, because that was kind of who Gigi Good, weirdly, I saw her like 2 years ago on Instagram, and I was like, oh, she definitely needs to go on Drag Race. It was like this orange kind of look, and she was a pumpkin. It was like a crop top, but it had like long sleeves, puffy sleeves, and it was like a panty. And then she had this little hat on, and she was really cute, and I was sickening. Which is kind of funny now because she is one of my front runners that I'm rooting for. I'm Team Jan, and I'm Team Gigi and Team Jada. So, they were going to be the top 4. The rumor has it that for bottom lip syncs, Jackie lip synced once, and Jada lip synced once. The rumor is that neither Gigi or Sherry will lip sync at all this season. Besides, you know, the lip syncs that they did for Legacy. That's mainly because this season we're going to have a couple lip sync assassins to be watching out for. Since we're doing spoilers, I might as well just talk about it anyways. Heidi in Closet is going to be the lip sync assassin of this season, and I am ready for fucking it. She's going to be in 4 lip syncs. She's going to be Coco Montrese it. And then, so she's in 4 lip syncs. And then Widow is in 3 lip syncs. So it's kind of like, you know, and I'm excited because, you know, I'm not going to say that because I don't want to offend anybody. So that's going to be, that was supposed to be the top 4. If they're even doing a top 4, because the rumors is that they were supposed to do a top 3. So what I'm thinking is they're going to just make the top 3 Gigi, Jackie, and Jada. The other rumor is that they're going to bring the 5th girl who went home, the top 5 girl, and make her top 4, which is Jan. I'm fine with that as well. It's cool, you know. But I kind of wish they just did top 3 anyways, because the rumor was that they were going to do top 3, and they wanted to change it because the lip sync for Your Life format is kind of useless now, especially since season 9 it made sense because they brought that season messed up late lip syncs. And shout out to Nina Bonina Brown, I love you sis, but Cool for the Summer was the straw that broke RuPaul's back when she was like, oh, so none of y'all really gonna try these lip syncs. So yeah, but the other seasons like season 10 didn't need a lip sync because we all knew Aquaria was gonna win. And then season 11, I felt like those seasons could have just been a top 2 because we already knew who you guys wanted to win season 10 and season 11. It was pretty obvious. So this season, I think they're going back to the season 7, 8 format. I don't know if season 6 did this as well, but I know season 7 and 8 did that thing where they lip sync to their own song and did a little performance, which I liked better, to be honest, because it gave us a time to watch one queen and see what they can do with a song they chose. So I'm happy they're bringing this back this season. If there is a top 4, I'm happy. You know, I'm fine with the top 4. So another reason why I'm pretty sure she was going to win was because, well, the statement proved that she was in top 4. The statement saying she's disqualified. Because why would you say she's disqualified if she was kicked out, if she was already sent home? And then for the fact that they keep showing it, proves that they're going to give her a favorable type of edit, which you can kind of see what's happening because this episode, this is after episode 6, Snatch Game. I'm pretty positive that runway, they were hyping her down that runway. Because for me, that was my favorite runway. Cherry Pie has been doing really good on the season. I'm not going to take that away from her. But I'm going to take away me giving her my fandom. That's what I take away from her. Because I'm not going to stand you for all this. Until she fixes all of this, which is going to take at least a year. So she got to 2021 to even me look at her again. She's going to have to do a lot of fixing for anyone on Drag Race fandom to even try to become a fan of her. And that's why I'm happy her victims came out when they did, because if not, if they would have waited until half the season or 2/3 of the season even, they would have filmed the finale and she would have won. And that would have been she would have been filmed as a winner. And that would have been a bigger controversy for this season. This season's already very much so cursed. And one thing I would like to say before I leave is that I really want everyone as a Drag Race viewer and as a Drag Race fan, if you are watching this season and you're disgusted by Sherry Pie, I understand that. But this season really needs as much support as it can. Because this season, already you can tell since All Stars isn't on VH1 anymore, VH1 is trying to get more money out of Drag Race. And if this season flops, who knows if we're going to get a season 13 on VH1. VH1 might just drop Drag Race in general, especially because of all these freaking annoying ass posts and blogs that keep fucking posting it, acting like they're a fan of Drag Race. You're not a fan of Drag Race if you're going to sit here and bash all these other girls that are on the season that deserve to be shown all because of one queen. That's ignorant as hell. I'm going to put that out there. That's very ignorant as hell. And that's so irritating to me because all those other queens that worked, you're trying to say that they don't deserve to get their work shown because of one queen. How dare you? How dare you as a Drag Race fan, knowing that these change people's lives, knowing that this actually gives them an opportunity to show, would you dare try to cut them off and only give them 3 episodes on air and cut all of what they do off? That's so irritating. What about all these queens? Because, I'm not meaning to point names, but Aiden Zhang, we all say that we don't really, she's been doing bad, she's wearing the same wig or whatever. This show can step up her drag. This show steps up people's drag. That's why All Stars was even made, because people's drag steps up after the show. This show makes people have opportunities. This show pushes people in our community up to the front. So how dare you, as someone a part of our community and someone that's a blogger, sit here and try to put this narrative that this season needs to be cut out. Because you're giving straight people, let's be real, you're giving straight people a reason to get rid of the show. Because to be honest, I'm pretty sure there's already people looking for reasons to get rid of the show. So you telling people, oh, this is a problem and this is annoying and the show should be canceled, that gives people reason to be like, okay, yes, let's cancel the show. And if they cancel season 12, do you think they're going to pick up season 13? No, they don't have money. They put money into the show and I'm pretty sure they haven't made the money back yet. So canceling the show now would put RuPaul's Drag Race in debt with VH1 and they wouldn't film a season 13. They might, with way less budget, which honestly, that would probably be a better season because the seasons with the less budget have been the best so far. But for me, it's like, you are trying purposely to ruin our community because this is the only show that's predominantly LGBT besides Pose. Pose, which season 3, I don't know what's coming back, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about Sherry Pie and season 12. Sherry Pie is already getting enough punishment that she's getting, for me, personally. And I'm saying that as a victim myself of sexual abuse. Sherry Pie, very much so, is getting the punishment that she deserves. Because someone like Sherry Pie that does catfishing and is doing that deserves to be seen but not getting attention. Which also, the edit's kind of giving her a little bit more attention. But, I just really feel it makes me irritated because I'm like, you don't care about Drag Race. And I care about Drag Race as much as it might not seem because I just started this YouTube stuff because I'm bored. So, but this just really irritates me. It's been bothering me because I've been watching each episode and you can tell that she was she was getting the winner's edit. But then it shifted to me, I think, who's going to win this season, Gigi. It's been kind of shifting towards Gigi. And then a little bit of Jada. Like, I can see the top two being Gigi and Jada. Because I don't think they're going, if they're doing the top four, I don't think they'll let Jan win because of the fact that Jan was sent home. That would kind of be a little bit unfair if Jan were to win, if she was sent home. I do not, and the opposite theory, like I said. I think, for me, even though I think Jada fits the opposite a little bit more, and I'm rooting for Jada because Jada's been doing it for me very well, Gigi, I feel like they're going to go with. I feel like they're going to go with Gigi. Because Gigi is getting this edit that the winners get. And I'm not mad because I think Gigi's doing amazing. And I think Gigi is showing that she's not just a look queen. Because her personality is starting to show. And I hope she pushes that personality so then we all are like, okay, she's not a look queen at all. But I just wanted to talk about that. Leave your comments down below on your opinion. If you thought Sherry Pie could win, this is a safe space. I will delete your comment if you're being too disgusting, you know. You might, if you comment your opinion and say, I don't think Sherry should win, that's fine. But you're not going to attack anyone that talks about Sherry in a positive way. Because at the end of the day, that's what this video is about, is looking at Sherry without what happened. And yes, I will, if I do review, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to be finishing this All-Stars 1 review very soon this week. So when I finish it, I will jump into season 12 from episode 7. So yeah. I'm really upset because she really did bite herself in the ass, because she really could have won this season. Which would have been annoying because then another New York City queen wins. But, you know. Alrighty, well, that was my rant. Thanks for watching, and I don't know. I don't have an exit yet, so we'll figure that shit out later.